Hey everyone, welcome back to Insane from Monday. Hello, hey! Cool.
Hey.
Lawrence, come on, cheer!
What was that?
Pew! Pew, 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 pew!
All right, so we're in San Francisco for the Need for Speed race versus ETC. We have not yet gotten our Ferraris,
No, we have not.
but they are on the way, and then we're going to start the race very soon.
Exactly, but for today we're talking about Dark Souls and all the fun stuff about it. First up, let's get to the news story.
Yes.
So it was announced that Dark Souls 2 has pre-orders that are 50% higher than the original Dark Souls.
Wow, so the quote is, we have everything going for Dark Souls 2. The PR and community teams have been incredibly hard at work since the game was first revealed, said Namco Bandai product manager Gary Chandler. So they're very excited about all the pre-orders they got for Dark Souls 2. Good for them.
Also, along with that news, it was also announced that Dark Souls 2 would be coming to the PC on April 25th.
That's kind of good, I guess, a month and a half later.
That's
after the original one.
not too bad. Hey, it's better than a year later.
Yeah, that's true.
Like it was with the first one. So with all this Dark Souls 2 talk, we started thinking around here,
Yeah.
Dark Souls 2, what we want! Before we start, I want to do a little bit of a disclaimer. We are not the best Dark Souls players in the world.
You're pretty good.
I'm okay. We have an entire gameplay series where we mostly bitch about it, but I think in the end we walked away with at least mutual respect.
If you had to use one word to describe this game, what would it be?
Junk.
First up, let's talk about the gameplay. First up, we would really like to see some button mapping.
That's right, because you hated that the sprint and jump button were the same button, right?
Which I understand has been fixed in Dark
good.
Souls 2, but I would still like to just customize it however I want.
Right. Lawrence also suggested a Pokédex for enemies. Lawrence, what does that mean?
Well, I didn't say it that way, but
Oh,
it would
well,
be nice if there were
jeez.
like some kind of codex in game. So like when you kill enemies, it gradually fills it out about the kind of items they can drop, their weaknesses and stuff like that. Right now you have to look all that stuff up on wikis, and it's tiresome. That should be in the game.
This next feature is actually for those who are a little intimidated by Dark Souls.
Like me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I like this idea of calling it tourist mode. Basically, you don't respawn the enemies every time you save, and you give new players a chance to see what the game is all about before being hit over the head with a spiked dildo bat for 40 hours.
And the converse, there's also the Iron Man mode, which Lawrence also suggested is a good idea. Permadeath. So if you die in Dark Souls 2, that's it. You're dead. All your items are lost. You can't restart the character. It's gone. Why, Lawrence, why would you do that?
Because you want to be hardcore and you want to show everyone on the internet how hardcore you are.
You hate yourself.
That's dumb and you hate yourself.
Now, you can argue this one way or the other, but it would be nice to have some kind of in-game map.
Yes, please.
Whether this is just something like your own traditional map, but I think with the sort of collective attitude of Dark Souls, it'd be actually cool to have a collaboration with your friends who work together to reveal parts of the map. It'd be actually kind of cool, say with like, I don't know, you can like draw it yourself.
Oh, okay, sort of like a Wikipedia map, it sounds like.
You have to buy the official's Dark Souls scanner, and then you actually draw it, you put it in there, and it looks like you took a picture with your Game Boy Advance.
No, this is a bad,
Kids love peripherals.
Yep.
This is a really bad idea.
Yeah.
All right, up next we're talking about multiplayer. Now, multiplayer in Dark Souls 1 I felt was really kind of lame, and it seemed like they were only interjecting to not help you, but sort of help. Either way, it wasn't very good. So we have a couple suggestions about multiplayer. Make it easier to summon a buddy, and that'd be really helpful for the hard boss fights. That was something didn't make any sense to me. It's like, why would they have multiplayer and then you couldn't bring somebody in to help you?
Right. It's actually something deep down is probably going to be doing better, so we'd like to see Dark Souls 2 get this down before the competitor gets a jump on them.
And then, of course, way better messages than praise the sun.
Motherfucker.
Like just something else that says like, hit the guy here in the knee rather than praise the sun, hard boss coming up. All right, so that's it for the gameplay section. Let's move on to the graphics now. My very first complaint / suggestion for Dark Souls 2 is more diverse realms. Dark Souls 1 had a lot of really, really interesting, very nice polished graphics. However, everything looked exactly the same. It was all gray, black, blue, blah, blah, blah. I know I'm going to get a lot of shit for that, but that's the way I felt.
Okay, like while I disagree slightly with Bruce, I would personally love for some super happy bright colors, just so you can contrast
Right, something, anything.
with the ultra dark aesthetics that remind you of a better time, so that it actually makes those dark parts of the game even that much more dark.
Arguably, the enemies are the coolest part of Dark Souls 1, but we know From Software has it in them to make some really badass enemies, like super metal, like fucking awesome. Because a lot of the dragons they had were really, really cool. What was the name of that dragon with the mouth on the bottom of it, and it would like do this thing to you?
Also, there was a dog with a sword in his mouth in the last game, so if you can top that, that'd be cool. So that's it for the graphics, really kind of a short list. But let's move over to the story. Apparently, Bruce wants one.
Yeah, there was no story in Dark Souls 1.
You can argue that one for days, but
No, it turns out there wasn't. Lawrence, describe the story of Dark Souls 1.
Yeah, there's boss. Then there was an evil guy, and
In the beginning, the universe was created by the light
It
of
turns
the
out
sun.
there was no story,
There's no story.
in Dark Souls 1. It was implied.
with gigantic boobs.
look, I'm coming from the perspective of, I don't need a story. I just want the game to be fun. I want to play. I want to play for what it is.
I'd like an objective of some sort.
I would like it just to stay optional. And you know what? You go broad. It's fine. It started with darkness, and then there was light, and then there was dark. Who cares? Whatever. You're just fighting a bunch of enemies, getting your ass kicked.
Sure. Moving on to the PC features, which is, I think, what we're most excited about for Dark Souls 2.
Of course.
Nude mods.
Yeah.
We want some nude mods.
That's really it.
That's pretty much it.
Male nude mods.
Oh, Steam Workshop, too.
Yeah, actually, there was some mod support for Dark Souls 1 on PC. It was janky because the port was pretty much janky.
Yeah, it was kind of broken.
But the mods that were done were actually pretty good. So if you throw in the Steam Workshop in there, I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Lawrence, are you going to work on any nude mods?
Yeah, I've already got a few.
What do they look like?
Well, it's not any body in particular, but basically I took all the horrible hell beasts in the game, and I just put penises all over them.
They're made of penises.
Oh, just all over them, yeah. You can't really see them anymore. It's just like this ball of penises that rolls at you.
Seems like a good idea.
So that's it for all the things that we want. The question is for you guys, what do you want? And look, we already know you hate us because we're not the most hardcore Dark Souls players out there. We're not like Epic Name Bro, we're not that level, but we're into the game enough that we're curious to see what they're gonna do with Dark Souls 2, and we're excited. And I think it's gonna balance out the multiplayer only aspect of Titanfall.
They both come out the same day.
Yeah, and you get like a fun single player experience that just kicks your ass when that comes out.
And on your trailers, there's one Ultra Street Fighter 4 Edition Select trailers picked by Phil. Phil's not here. Woo! Did you see it? Did you see the trailer?
Oh yeah. Ryu was in there, or Ryu, however you want to say it.
There's a man in a bed, right? He's sleeping in a bed, dreaming about Street Fighter 4.
Dream about Sagat.
Yeah.
That's Sagat.
Sagat.
Sagat, right?
Bob
Lawrence?
Sagat.
Right, Lawrence? Sagat?
Sorgat.
Sorgat?
Sorbet. It's pronounced
Sagat.
sorbet.
You're
It's Thai, so it's a little hard to say.
Lawrence, how do you like the vacation? What do you think of Alcatraz?
It's cold.
It is kind of cold out here.
what we want. Hey, shut up.
Somebody's door is squeaky.
That's a seagull, Lawrence.
Seriously, dude.
Lawrence, what does it feel like to be outside? What does it feel like to be at the beach?
This is in the beach. This is the rock.
It does to be inside, except there are more annoying noises. And I'm afraid a bird's gonna fly away with me.
Can you get a shot of this bird?
Lawrence, Bruce is an annoying noise. He's an integral part of the Inside Gaming news team.
Say this to me every day, and every day I don't listen.
Hey everyone, welcome again for Tuesday.
Hey, it's Tuesday. All right, we're still doing the Need for Speed race in San Francisco, and look who's behind us. This already has a Ferrari.
We don't have a Ferrari.
That's not fair. We don't have ours yet. Just go.
Anyway, first news for today, Batman Arkham Knight has been announced by Warner Brothers.
Yes, that's so cool.
Let's get to the news story of what it will include.
Yes, please. So, all right, first, it will include a drivable Batmobile and a fully explorable Gotham City.
All right, the villains revealed in the trailer include Scarecrow, Two-Face, the Penguin, and Harley Quinn. And from the trailer, it sounds like the story involves Scarecrow forcing all the civilians out of the city with the threat of super scary gas attack.
Well, that's really cool, actually. All right, cool. And then also from there, Batman's villains team up to kill Batman. Will they kill Batman in this final installment?
Spoiler, yes. I mean, no.
How'd you know?
Lawrence?
I hope so.
What?
I love Batman.
Why would you kill Batman?
Notably, the game is described as the epic conclusion to Rocksteady's run on Batman, so it sounds like they'll move on to something else after this, probably not Arkham related.
Right. Also notable, this is only coming out on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC, so it's only next gen, or current gen, as we were shooting.
It's current gen now.
Yes, current.
Get it right.
So while some speculate that Rocksteady was working on a Ninja Turtles game, this makes sense given that Kevin Conroy, the Batman voice actor from Arkham City and Arkham Asylum, actually slipped way back in May that he was working on the next Arkham game. And he kind of blew that one.
The trailer looks pretty awesome, but we're wondering what is the point of the Batmobile. Lawrence?
Well, right. I mean, getting around Arkham City wasn't a pain. It was actually pretty fun, doing the zipline stuff, doing the skyhook stuff. So if they're adding in a Batmobile, I mean, why? You can get around well enough.
Wait. You're asking why we want to drive the Batmobile, Lawrence? Are you kidding? Drive the Batmobile!
Well, I think the idea is that Gotham City is going to be much bigger and more alive. That's at least the hope,
Yeah.
and that the Batmobile will play some part in that. I'm hoping it actually can be remote controlled or something. You might do some like second screen support where your buddy can drive it around and shoot the bad guys for you. Well, I don't know if you want to shoot him. Batman doesn't kill.
No, he doesn't kill. He just maims.
Yes.
Paralyzes. Here's what I was thinking. I was thinking it would be mainly like a, like a Batman GTA style. So you're driving around the Batmobile, you jump out of the Batmobile, like punch some thugs, paralyze them a little bit, and then get back in the Batmobile, do some side missions. That'd be cool.
So the good news is that the game Batman Arkham Knight will be coming out this year, hopefully around October, November. That's what it has historically done in the past.
That is also true. So while Origins was a good game, we are glad the franchise is back in Rocksteady's hands. I am.
I liked Origins.
I mean,
Lawrence?
Origins is good, yeah.
I haven't played it yet.
You guys suck.
I'm trying to finish Arkham City.
And also, I was hoping that maybe this means yearly Batmans, but this sounds like this might be the end of the franchise. So I'm not sure exactly if the Origins developers would take over and they do it year after year. You're saying no way.
No, it's the end of the Arkham franchise.
Right,
If you know,
but-
Warner Brothers does this really cool thing where they basically reboot all their stuff all the time, and it's totally fine.
But yearly Batmans, Adam?
Maybe. Anyway, that's it for all your news. Let's go to the game releases of the week. Brought to you by Bro.
Team?
Phil.
So, video games. First, they suck. Second, this one. How about you just do the game for us? We don't know about stories, so you do it. Just decide everything that should happen in our video entertainment. See the zombies, isn't that good enough for you? That should count. Give money. You're still buying it. Give money. See, at least these guys put some effort in. It makes them good. Space Babe singing and accomplishing goals. It's cool because she can do a lot of victories and doesn't just lose. If it were up to me, I'd rate this game the coolest. Sadly, no, so you're gonna have to fuck yourself. But also in the very good category, racing games. This one's right on time with fucking 2013 edition. Lots has changed in the world of driving a car around a fucking hoop since then. Also, cartoons aren't fucking video games. Send it back. Yeah, can't wait to play this. Little childy shows. I bet they don't even have any good Jews.
So on your trailers, we got obviously the Batman Arkham Knight announcement trailer, which you've probably been watching this entire episode. And then there's also the Titanfall gameplay launch trailer.
There you go.
What's in this one?
It's a big truck driving in the background. Yeah.
That's not in the trailer.
It's all good. Next up with the South Park The Stick of Truth launch trailer. The game just came out. It's getting a lot of good reviews. Some mixed stuff, but whatever. It looks fun. Lawrence? Also, if you're watching this and it's too late, we're meeting here tonight.
9 p.m.
Yeah.
In
but
Pacific time.
Imagine you're like at
Pacific
home
time.
watching this at like 7:45. You're like, oh shit, I should go hang out with these guys. Celebrities will be there, like Bruce Green and TV's Lawrence via computer.
And also Joel Rubin.
Hello, Mom.
Well, the whole trailer section.
Start the race!
What a bunch of assholes.
Yeah, really.
And my speculation was that you're drawing too much attention. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna be there through Skype though.
Oh boy.
They're back.
All right, we're gonna shut it down.
You have a cop behind you.
Turn it off the camera. Turn off the camera. Cut it.
We're done.
Hey, everyone, welcome to the for Wednesday. Hi.
Alright, so we all gotta hump. Lawrence, hump.
Hump.
Lawrence, hump.
Lawrence,
hump.
hump it.
Come on, hump, Lawrence.
And your first news story for today, Dishonored 2, will it be revealed at E3 this year?
It looks like it will be. There was a big, huge leak. The video game leak outlet All Games Beta tweeted a teaser image for Dishonored 2 on Monday, seemingly confirming a sequel to 2012's action stealth game Dishonored, which you loved, right?
I loved it very much. NeoGAF user Endless, who claims posting the image, says that he was sent an anonymous email tip with the image and subject line Dishonored 2 E3 event.
That's kind of strange. Okay, all right. The email itself read, "That might be of interest for you. Can't tell my sources. Your choice," which suddenly makes this sound all very important, I guess.
Right, and the logo itself is simplistic, but it's feasible. Tell us a little bit more about that, Lawrence.
Well, basically, logo design is getting more simple these days. It's just the artistic trend. So it would make sense if that's the design they went with Dishonored 2. That said, it's also pretty easy to fake because it's just two little stabby twos. So, yeah, could go either way.
So aside from the logo itself, the image also contains the hashtag Darkness of Tivia, and according to the Dishonored wiki, that's the northernmost island in the Empire of the Isles. So at least that checks it out. Joel, give us the Tivia read.
Okay.
Tivia produces a fine red wine that can be found during various missions. Thaddeus Campbell attempts to assassinate Jeff Cornow with a poisoned glass of Tivian red.
Do you know that?
Jeff Cornow.
But with all these rumors aside, common sense dictates that, yeah, Dishonored 2 should be in production. Arcane Studios hasn't been working on anything but Dishonored DLC since the game's release in October 2012, so there's no way they haven't had some kind of project in the background.
And it's interesting because you predicted this about a week ago, right? When we were talking about Fallout 4, you said, "Oh, Dishonored 2 is coming up. They got to be working on that," and you already knew.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like how we weren't that surprised yesterday when they announced a new Batman game. It's just everything's kind of on a cycle. It came out a little sooner than I thought it would be. Hey, but this is how things are going now.
Additionally, Bethesda has said they consider Dishonored to be a franchise now, which all but confirms another Dishonored is on the way. So 2 years is about the turnaround for a big budget sequel, but I'm actually surprised they turned it around in 2 years, I gotta be honest.
Right. Does a Dishonored release date or announcement make sense at E3 though, Lawrence?
I think so. It'll line up the timeline. What I'm really curious about now is platform. Because if they built it in 2 years, they probably built it on previous gen tech, which means it's probably going to be an Xbox 360 PS3 game scaled up to next gen.
I think you're wrong, Lawrence. I think you're wrong. I think it's going to be PS4, Xbox One, and PC. There.
I think they developed it on PC, and now it's being ported to the next-gen systems, or I'm sorry, current-gen systems, which use the x86 architecture, which are very close to PCs.
Hey, Lawrence, let's agree to disagree and say that it's on all platforms, but I'm right anyway.
Or we could just discuss this over a fine glass of Tivian Red.
It's Need for Speed! It's Need for Speed! We race on the nation! In fast cars! Yeah, we're going for the Golden Gate Bridge with Aaron Pauling! Keep turning in a full rubber, and we're gonna beat that ETC because it's Need for Speed! It's Need for Speed! Our cars are rental.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside Gaming for Thursday.
Oh,
Yay!
it's Thursday! Come on, clap a little bit.
Thursday.
Jeez.
I got my phone in my hand. Hang on.
Much better. All right, so we had to pull over for the Need for Speed road trip. We're halfway through right now. ETC's already started, but I believe we're way ahead because of that monster right behind us. So let's get to the news real quick.
There's a monster behind us? Your first news story for today, Watch Dogs finally got its release date.
Woohoo! That's great. Ubisoft released a trailer today that gave us the first solid release for Watch Dogs ever since the game was delayed late last year. That was in question for a long time.
Right, coming in less than 3 months, it looks like we'll finally get to Hack Chicago or whatever on May 27th on just about every platform.
So now that the hype has died down a bit since the holiday delay, are you excited for Watch Dogs? I am very excited for Watch Dogs. Our editor James was watching the footage and he was like, this doesn't look like next gen, and I kind of agreed with him, but I'm still excited for the game.
To be fair though, the only thing we saw today was a trailer. We gave a little bit about the story and it's kind of generic, but maybe they just don't want to give away too much.
It just looks like a Steven Seagal movie. He's a dad who his wife and daughter are killed, and then he finds out that the sex trade is happening, and so he has to go and kill people. He looks really kind of like a really angry douche.
I'm wondering when he figures out the irony of that by his family dying, he's going out and murdering people in the most horrible way. I mean, look at this guy. He probably had a kid, right?
He might. Maybe he was just a really bad guy.
Okay, well, this guy, he just sent his kid to college.
No, he was really bad.
Okay, what about this guy's just a pharmacist?
I don't have any justification for that one.
Maybe his order was late? I don't know. They're out of, like, Advil? So once again, let us know, are you excited for Watch Dogs now that it's not coming around super hype time, which is also known as the holiday season?
Joel, are you excited?
Yeah.
James?
Is my pre-order still good?
No, they canceled it. They called me.
Oh, dang it.
Sorry. All right, on your trailers, we got one, the Watch Dogs story trailer that we've been showing you the entire episode.
Okay.
You don't need to clap for that. It's okay.
That's fine. Also, we got a first, I believe this is the first gameplay footage of Dragon Age Inquisition.
What?
Joel, excited?
More so.
Do the voice.
Yes, for dragons and the age of them therewith.
And then there's also the Enemy Front teaser. Has anybody watched this?
It's probably a Phil's pick.
It is a Phil's pick.
Let's give him a, there it is, thank you.
All right.
So that's it for all your news. We got to get back on the road
Come on.
and go race some other news shows. Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside Gaming for Friday. And your first news story for today, the PS4 has sold 6 million units.
Holy shit, Sony did it.
They're done.
Sony has sold over 6 million machines worldwide. The February 22nd release of the PS4 in Japan helped bolster this number because they sold about 370,000 of them in 2 weeks.
Right, Sony had a sales goal of 5 million by the end of March, and they destroyed it.
Killed it. So here's some more jack-off numbers for Sony. 13.7 million games have been sold since the PS4's release.
All Resogun.
No, that's not true.
2.1 million copies of Killzones have been sold.
So the question is, what's making up the other 11.6 million copies?
All the copies of Knack.
I knew it.
Mark Cerny's been going house to house, giving them out.
That's 1.93 copies of Knack per PlayStation 4. They got 2 copies of Knack.
Almost.
Almost.
Just a little piece of it broken off, a little chip, just like a slice of pie. Also, at least half of those PS4 owners have PlayStation Plus. This is actually huge news.
Yeah.
So let's run those numbers real quick. That's $2.4 billion being made by Sony in about 3 months.
Right.
If you say that each PS4 is around $400, we're using an average here.
Yes, it's actually more expensive in about every other region too, so that's kind of interesting.
Right, and PlayStation Plus has made Sony $150 million if you say that the PlayStation Plus costs $50 per year per person.
Right.
Which, once again, it changes per region.
Yeah.
But the point is, that's a service that didn't really exist too many years ago, and Sony's taking full advantage of it.
Unbelievable. So 3.6 million Twitch and Ustream broadcasts have also come from all those PS4s Rift 2. So originally we were worried, but Sony are now officially bazillionaires.
They did it.
We did it, everybody.
Good job.
We did it. Good job.
We're not bazillionaires.
Oh, we're not
We
bazillionaires?
didn't do anything.
Are we Sony? I
Did
forget.
you buy a PlayStation?
I thought we were Sony.
I
Did
want
you buy a PlayStation?
No.
Then you didn't do it.
I got a Walkman.
Hey, Lawrence, I have one question for you. What about the Xbox One?
It's not doing so well.
That's true. The PS4 outsold the Xbox One 2-1 in January.
Who'd have thought?
Oh, jeez.
We aren't sure of a total number, though, of the Xbox One console sold around the world, but it's obviously less than that of the PS4.
All right, Lawrence, so what are they hoping is going to pull them out?
Titanfall.
Yeah, they did it.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that, huh? Piper Jaffray analyst Michael Olson says Titanfall will help sell about 500,000 Xbox Ones in March.
Maybe.
Possibly.
He says, I quote, barring any technical issues with the launch, Titanfall is capable of selling 4 million units in March and an additional 4 million units after.
That's unbelievable.
Which is hilarious since they don't release sales numbers, so
Yeah, you're right.
they can just make believe it all up.
So we think that that's 8 million games sold across all platforms, not just Xbox One.
Right, that includes PC, Xbox One, and the Xbox 360, which clearly has the bigger install base than the Xbox One.
Yeah.
The Xbox One Titanfall bundle is also $500, basically giving away Titanfall for free, so that's where they're trying to lure people in, like a man with a white van that says candy on the side.
Ooh, candy.
See, it worked!
But it says Microsoft or Titanfall on it.
Ooh,
Titanfall.
So right now, as we see it, Titanfall is the only thing that can win the console battle in the next few months for Microsoft.
What about Killer Instinct, Phil?
That's a system seller, definitely.
That's how the
Even
press
you don't
conference
sound
went.
excited, and you love Killer Instinct. All right, so as for who wins the console war,
Who's gonna win?
First.
Wii U.
Candy. Xbox.
Me. Candy.
Candy. Sarah.
PS4.
Ty.
PlayStation.
Okay.
All right, on to your trailers. We got one, the infamous Second Son live-action trailer.
Yes, this was weird because I think they're using Troy Baker's face for the character, but instead they found a pretty little boy.
Pretty little boy.
Sorry, a young buck straight out of Hollywood.
All right.
To be in this, a PlayStation video game commercial. I hope your acting career goes well.
It will.
That's it for the show. We're going to move over to the more sad part of the show.
Yes.
Unfortunately, there were some layoffs yesterday announced at Machinima, and like everyone else at the company got hit, we were no exception.
That's true. Over the years, we have worked with a lot of very talented people, and of course, we wish them the best. We are very sad to see them go. But at the same time, they have contributed to the larger brand of IG, and we thank them for that.
Yes, and we know you're going to go off to do much better things, and we will still be friends in the future.
Always.
We love you.
What's up? What?
We won.
Oh, congrats. Go IG. Bruce, congrats. Congrats, Bruce.
Was there a race? Miss Aaron Paul. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Inside Info Monday. Hello.
Oh, it's Monday! Nobody's clapping. Why is everybody so tired?
Woo! Excited. Hey, for today, are consoles dead?
Well, TechCrunch recently wrote an article about how total console sales are on the way down and how these sales might mean that consoles will be going away soon.
That got us thinking, is TechCrunch actually right? Well, opinions are like stars. Everyone has one.
So are consoles dying? Lawrence? All right, that was the answer I wanted. Let's examine their numbers. First, they compare all console sales in January 2007 to all console sales in January 2014. So that puts it at around 2 million units in 2007 total versus 700,000 consoles sold in 2014.
Seen with that lens, sure, it does sure look like consoles are selling a lot less, but the market is so completely different today than it was 7 years ago.
True.
One big factor taken into consideration are smartphones and tablets.
That's huge.
Which the tally would blow the 2014 number just completely out of the water.
Right, Angry Birds and Candy Crush did not exist 7 years ago.
Are you sure? They were called Bejeweled and go outside and throw things at stuff.
They didn't exist. So let's compare apples to apples here. By the quarter ending March 2007, the PS3 had sold 3.61 million units, and by March 2014, the PlayStation 4 will have sold 6 million units. Probably more than that, actually.
God.
Yeah.
So same story with the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One. The 360 sold 3.2 million units by March 2006. And the Xbox One, 4 million, give or take, by March 2014.
Right. Let's assume the consoles are dying. What will actually save them?
Sadly, microtransactions. This is just kind of the state of where we are in the industry.
Yep.
We're going to see a lot more of these next-gen games, basically either offering it at a low barrier of entry with a lot of little things that you have to unlock, but hopefully they will just get better at it.
Right.
Like I said, sell a hat instead of locking out a car.
Lawrence, what's another way they can save the consoles?
Well, they could raise the price of games. Games have been the same price for about 15, 20 years now, which is pretty crazy. When you
You go to hell with that attitude.
What? They might raise it like $10.
They need to make them cheaper.
All right. Well, okay.
That argument will come up later.
doing that too, yeah.
Lawrence, what about the new revenue streams?
Well, yeah, the market's changing. It's no longer go to GameStop, buy your disc, and if you buy used, they keep all the money. There's multiple ways for publishers and platform holders to make money off their system now. You can have these massive digital sales, Steam sales. You can make money off of a game that's a year old. You just couldn't do that before.
Give me an example, Bruce.
Tomb Raider
that's
finally turned profitable due to repeated digital sales, which proves raising prices is kind of counterintuitive. Normally, you'd lower the prices.
My argument exactly.
Are we clapping for Tomb Raider? All right, let's clap for Tomb Raider.
Go Tomb Raider. Now let's talk about digital marketplaces. Money that will normally go to GameStop will actually go to the platform holders and the publishers. Basically what Lawrence was saying. Cut out the middleman. So that will be good in the long run. And on top of that, talking about subscription services.
That's right, yeah.
So PlayStation Plus, PlayStation Now, Xbox Live, these are things that did not exist back in the day when we were ripping apart those boxes with an N64 inside.
Oh my God!
Nintendo 64!
But really, are consoles dying at all? Lawrence?
Nope.
They aren't?
No.
Not really.
Okay, so tell us why.
So the traditional marketplace is declining, but we're not in a traditional marketplace anymore. All of the metrics that we can read kind of paint a bad picture, but it's the metrics we can't read that are actually really healthy. Digital sales aren't reported by NPD, consoles are selling faster than they were for the same period before, and games are selling more. We just can't see it. We just have to trust that it's good.
Well, I just saw the example of Starbreeze Studios. So they were in the red for 15 years. They're making a bunch of really, really good games, actually, but they just didn't sell well. And games like Payday 2 and Brothers made them profitable. Those are relatively small games that Starbreeze knew would appeal to a wider audience. So
And completely different.
Yep.
Well, you know, in both games you rob banks and shoot people.
Whatever.
Well, I guess the whole thing that we're trying to talk about here, it's this thing called convergence. It's pretty soon all games will just be a chip inside of your brain, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah?
Or it's just a horrible future. I mean, everyone's going to see what you're doing anyway.
It sounds cool. So, what do you actually, it doesn't really matter what you think at all. It matters what Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo think, and the way you influence their decisions is with your wallet. So you got to get out there and start earning some hard-earned money so you can blow it on video games.
Mow that lawn good.
Lemonade stand. How else do you earn money?
Blowjobs.
Drugs.
Blowjobs. Drugs. James?
Blowjobs.
Zane?
Blowjobs.
I don't say blowjobs again.
Do you think for yourself, man?
Jeez. Phil?
Or do you really want
what?
Whoring.
Whoring.
That's basically blowjobs.
Yeah, that's the same.
No, you do more with whoring. You can do all sorts of stuff.
Oh, he's right.
And you have a whole smorgasbord of prices you can charge for whoring.
What about like cam girls? Can you be
Work
a
for
cam
a
girl?
stupid YouTube channel.
So, a YouTube channel.
There's no money in that. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Second Game for Tuesday.
Yeah, it's Tuesday. Let's do this, shall we?
And today on the show we're asking the question, is Titanfall broken?
No, not at all.
Awesome, let's go home.
All right.
It's been real.
All right, so Titanfall's frame rate on the Xbox One isn't so hot.
Wait a minute.
When you're pounding it out robot style.
Let's take a look. Well, it can get kind of chunky when you're in a robot, but when everyone is in a robot, well...
The last Titan standing can cause the game to struggle pretty bad with frame rates. Giant Bomb had been quoting that it drops down into the single digit.
Also keep in mind that the game is running currently at 792p.
792p's?
You only get 792p's.
Oh,
that's
not very
it.
good.
Is that good or bad, Lawrence?
That's horrible. It's disgusting. It's inhuman. It's a fucking war crime.
Really?
Yeah.
What are we, cavemen?
So Respawn said they would increase the resolution in the future through magic and baby sacrificing.
That could go well. They said they can get it up to 900.
900p's!
Hey, welcome to next gen, everybody.
Yeah, next gen.
We're also speaking about the Xbox One version, not the PC version, which actually already runs at 1080p or
That's true.
above. Because the Source engine is very scalable and it's very nice. So yeah, the game isn't technically perfect, but that doesn't mean it's unplayable.
Well, not at all. Of course not. So do these issues get in the way of fun?
From what we played so far?
No.
No, not at all.
Oh, yeah, we had fun.
The frame rate problem is a little bit, but it's not really that bad.
Yeah, and if you're getting butthurt over the resolution, Lawrence, what should they do?
take a nice walk.
All right, why do you think that'll help?
Have a bath.
What else?
Nice cup of tea. Or back the fuck away from your computer and think about something else for 5 minutes.
All right, on to your next story. So why is the PC install so freaking huge? It's like 48 gigs. Why?
Yeah. A confusing group of people on the internet are very mad that Titanfall takes 48 gigabytes of install space. Lawrence, where's that all coming from?
Apparently just from a lot of uncompressed audio.
Okay. Why? Why was that all have to be in there?
Well, there's a few reasons. When you're playing the audio, like when you're in the game, it just takes less processing power to play uncompressed audio instead of compressed audio. Also, uncompressed audio just sounds better, although you kind of have to be an audiophile to tell the difference. Most people won't be able to know just from hearing it.
I also hate that term, audiophile.
Different localizations kind of multiply the issue. If you have one sound clip in English, you gotta have one in Spanish, one in Italian, one in Dutch, one in Penguin, one in Avian, I don't know.
Penguin?
Penguin and Avian?
What does that sound like?
Penguins are avians!
Oh my gosh.
Oh dear God. Yeah, and so digging into this, found out that they could screen out the languages that you may not want, but that would complicate the install and distribution process, and that's probably something they just don't have the bandwidth for.
Right.
Which, I mean, sounds like a cop-out, but that's
but it makes sense.
Probably what they're dealing with.
And to the game's credit, it's only a 21 gig download, which means they at least considered people with download caps. That's nice.
Possibly. And it is PC, and that's just kind of the age we live in.
Yeah.
I think games like BioShock Infinite and Battlefield are just ridiculous sizes now. That's just what it is.
Totally.
And that's fine.
No big deal.
I hope you penguins are enjoying the game.
Well, you sound like the Batman penguin.
And moving over to your last bit of Titanfall info, apparently the cloud AI that they touted at last year's E3 actually works.
Yeah, it does. Titanfall is one of the first games to utilize cloud processing in a live environment, and it's pretty neat.
All right, according to this interview with Respawn engineer John Shearing, he says, I quote, some skeptical devs have already changed their minds about the feasibility of using Azure.
Azure is Microsoft's cloud service, and that's where they're offloading all of that AI processing power onto. Supposedly makes the game run a little faster.
It's also the sound you make before you have a stroke.
Wow.
Or it's that really good group that sings that one song. I think the most important part of this entire server story, though, is that this is an EA published game that came out that didn't explode on day one so far.
Nice job, EA. They finally did it.
Good. So supposedly the servers at Microsoft are
working?
Good.
Yeah, that's why not.
Who knew a tech company would have good servers?
On your game, let's do it by day.
You know, it seems like every week China shits, and us good normal people gotta clean it up. Take this away, remove this. Killing shouldn't be made so stupids can have fun doing it. You want your cartoons, that's fine, but don't. Why don't you try liking better things, not this? Evolutions would have you believe man never walked hand in fuck with dinos. Then what do you call this? A peanut butter hand grenade? No, that's fucking retarded. You're an idiot. You probably want to play this game. Can't wait to see how bad everyone else is at this and humble brag about how good you are. You instinctively knew every secret, didn't you fucking scumbag? If you're so good at this game, then why are you so damn cool? Doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? We all know you're the best guy we've ever seen. Now just fuck off from the internet forever, you genius. Oh yeah, and also Titanfall came out, you can fuck yourself.
Moving over to trailer setting with the Dark Souls 2 launch trailer.
Well, you're gonna know. You know, clap. No clap.
What?
Almost. He almost clapped. I saw it.
I'm excited.
Yeah, we're all excited.
Come on, everyone.
Dark Souls 2 drinking game today.
Yeah!
Dark Souls 2 drinking game. We drink when we die. 3 p.m. Pacific time on twitch.tv/machinima.
This video will probably air at 4 p.m. Pacific time.
Fuck!
Your Bane is really close to your Sean Connery.
It is.
It's pretty much the same voice.
You just gotta cover your face.
Yeah.
I nearly adopted the mouse. I said I nearly adopted the mouse.
What's up, man? We can't quite. It's not coming through.
Order number 52.
Order
number 52.
He's a drive-thru.
What's that?
Is that Sean Connery?
I'm on Xanax at all times. Hey everyone, welcome back to Insane Everyone.
Yeah, it's Wednesday! I mean, it's hump day, but we're gonna have our fans do it. Go!
Your first start of today is Red Dead Redemption 2, coming out in 2014.
Possibly. That'd be pretty crazy. So about a month ago, a story came out about a new Red Dead coming out this year. But back then, we didn't think much of it. But now with PAX East around the corner and Rockstar's track record of debuting gameplay at that Boston convention, well, we figured we'd kind of do some digging.
Let's do it. We're sleuths.
What?
So Barrett Equity Research, an industry research firm, predicts that Rockstar Games will release the next Red Dead game potentially for a 2014 launch.
Lawrence, why do these people know what's going on?
Because they have a lot of ties and they wear coats. and they drink a lot of coffee.
They do drink a lot of coffee.
Point to graphs with numbers on them that go up and down.
Are you basing that on the stock photography on their website?
Yeah, I'm absolutely basing it.
I just want to make sure. They also predict that GTA 5's PC port will also release this year.
Yes! Woo! All right.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah. The thinking is that Take-Two is looking to improve revenue and earnings visibility, which is code for release games to make money so their investors do not get mad.
Exactly. Simply put, Rockstar doesn't have anything on the slate to release this year, and they need something.
Right. Keep in mind, Take-Two also owns 2K games, so Evolve might pick up some of the slack for game releases this year, but probably not much.
No, let's be honest, a new IP won't do half the numbers of an established Rockstar franchise.
That is correct.
So it's actually more likely there will probably get a next-gen re-release, possibly.
Okay.
Well, first of all, Lawrence thinks it's going to be Max Payne Super Pack.
Ooh, Super Pack. I like that word, Super Pack.
What is that?
Well, it's just an idea.
That's
They've
enough.
got a lot of old games that they could package up and re-release.
Done.
Like 1, 2, 3.
Speed it up.
PC, PS4, Xbox One.
Keep going.
LNOR re-release?
Why?
Who cares?
No,
GTA
keep
3 Super Pack.
Going, God.
Can I call these Super Packs from now on? I really like that. So these are all already out on mobile, so Rockstar isn't shy about dusting them off and re-releasing them. That's kind of strange.
But let's talk more about the game at hand, Red
Yes,
Dead.
yes.
We're thinking they're going to announce Red Dead 2 at this year's PAX East or possibly PAX Prime.
Right.
Definitely not E3. Rockstar never announces anything there.
That is true.
But the game will definitely not be coming until the earliest of 2015.
Well, that's all speculation. Hopefully, come on, 2014 Red Dead 2.
Let's get some more speculation up in
Positive
here.
attitudes.
Why not the original Red Dead Redemption? Why does that not get a re-release on PC, which it never came to, but on Xbox One and PS4? Why not?
All right, you just want every old game on PC or PS4.
Not every old game, only the best games.
So Red Dead Redemption 2 will then probably come out in 2015. It'd be pretty amazing if they release it this year.
Right, and there was a story that went out a little while ago that it could be called Red Dead Rebellion.
That was actually 2 years ago they released
it. So yeah, good for the source. Now Gamer.
I'd be really surprised if they got the title right 2 years ago.
Names tend to change.
So that's kind of the whole deal. What do you think? Do you think Red Dead's coming out this year?
No.
No way.
You know you wanted to.
But it's not coming.
Ty, you think so?
I want that.
Well, you don't even know what that is.
You play video games?
Have you played a game?
Yes.
What game? Did you
Love
play
Red
Red
Dead? Yeah.
See? What was the name of the main character? Wait, what was it?
I don't remember.
We're trying to say first up with The Walking Dead Season 2, The Acolytes. Acolytes?
Doesn't matter. Machinima has a quote in this trailer. We say haunting Machinima.
Yeah, we're haunting Machinima. Just like the ghosts in our attic.
There's also the One Piece Unlimited World Red.
Yeah, One Piece!
What is it? Tell me, explain the story of One Piece.
Luffy will become the Pirate King!
That's not a story.
That's the story of One Piece!
They all have abs. They're very detailed.
All right.
I can see why you're into this show. And finally, we got the This War of Mine, the teaser. This could possibly be the biggest game of this year.
Let's read Phil's summary of this game.
Oh.
This War of Mine. Not my summary. I copied it from the website.
Phil never does any work.
Yeah, One Piece!
All right.
Yeah.
Bring the energy up, boys.
I mean, Joel's not here to count us in, so who's going to count us?
How about Phil Smith today?
Oh, yeah!
Aww.
All right. A 5, 4, a 3, a 2.
The cadence is all off.
It's all British. It's weird. Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside Gaming for Thursday. Hello, hi. Bruce is currently on vacation, and we're doing our check-in with him right now. How you doing, Bruce?
Welcome to beautiful Kansas.
And your first news story for today, we're talking about Mirror's Edge 2 and all these wonderful rumors we got about it. Let's go.
Yeah, some Mirror's Edge 2 rumors coming from Rocket Chainsaw, a website we've never heard of before. They claim to have a handful of info about Mirror's Edge 2, courtesy of verified sources.
Those are my favorite kind of sources. So while you should take all of this with a grain of salt, the bits listed do kind of make some sense.
Yeah, they're almost so, not specific that why would anyone make it up? But the game world will be open. They cite the city being a living, breathing thing. That could mean bigger crowds.
Maybe.
There were only pedestrians I think you could see in the first one, but now you may be able to interact with them.
You shake hands. They also mentioned that the game will be broadly multiplayer. This is interesting. So the setup will be similar to Journey, the game, not the band. Other players will seamlessly join your game while you play. So this actually brings up some confusion, right, Lawrence?
Yeah, I mean, everyone can't be Faith if you're gonna have multiplayer, right? You gotta invent your own fat little parkour lady.
They're all going to be tiny women, though, right?
If there's a character creator, you know that there's going to be somebody with like a rainbow afro that's 300 pounds, like wall running and doing backflips. It's going to get weird.
Just as long as they're tiny.
Just hats. But besides that, there's also some other interesting bullet points we should go over.
Well, the game is a reboot.
Which is weird. There was
only that one game.
One game.
But let's start it over. Start it over, make it look exactly the same as the other one.
Yeah.
Go.
Anyway, also the E3 footage that we saw last year was apparently all in-game.
I find that hard to believe. But okay, if what was it? Gunzerker? What's the name of this place? Rocket Raccoon? If they say so, they know their stuff. Also, there's no guns. Instead, Faith will have a combo system that will allow her to punch and shove enemies rather than punch them hard in the nuts. Wait, no, shouldn't she be able to do that too?
I think she does that as well. Either way, in the previous...
From the first game, it was like what you did to every guy. You'd be like, hey, look over there, and then punch him right in the crotch.
Oh, okay.
If you recall, you could actually take someone else's gun, use whatever's in the clip, but you couldn't really take that gun from like one area to another. That's just how it was.
It's also less honorable.
Also, the camera will apparently occasionally switch from third person to show Faith taking out dudes down real hard, which if you saw the third person camera in the original Mirror's Edge, hopefully it looks just like that.
It looked really cool. It looked like with the hands like this. This is how people move.
Yeah.
Already confirmed but mildly interesting is that the engine will be on Frostbite 3, the same one that Battlefield 4 uses. The previous game was Unreal 3.
Yeah, which a lot of people don't know of, but that's kind of weird. DICE was using an engine that was made on. So anyway, and supposedly the game will be coming out in 2016, which is a very long time.
I don't even know when that is. We'll all be dead by then, right? But again, we don't know if any of this is true. Hopefully more info along with the new Battlefront will be at this year's E3.
That's what we're hoping for. We like the jumpy stuff.
Yeah.
As for news, let's go to the trailers. First up, we got the Alien Isolation, creating the alien.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
They're creating the alien from the movie Alien.
Yes.
So they're basically watching the DVD for Alien, and then they're making that.
Close, but it's on Blu-ray. It's much better
Oh,
quality.
that must be easier.
You ready, Zane?
Ready.
All right.
You guys have to talk to each other out loud? I thought you had like a twin thing.
They're like bees. They do the communication dance.
Yeah. You just shake your ass at him, and he
Yeah,
goes, I don't get it. And then he wipes glitter off his mouth. Oh, that's me. And I even took a shower this morning. Where did that come from?
Yeah, you can see it. It's, if you get the right angle on it.
Let me
you
know.
can see the little glitter.
Ty, let me know where I should keep my face.
It's gonna glare into the whole, like, Ty's just gonna see this bright light.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside Gaming Day. This is Friday. Yes! Your first news story for today are game rentals coming to the PlayStation Network.
I hope so. That would be awesome.
Why
you mean
so?
digital ones, right?
Well-
Like, we don't have to go to Redbox anymore.
Well, we get to that later in the script.
Okay. A handful of folks on the internet discovered that rental options have appeared on the PlayStation Network for the game Catherine.
Right, rentals don't work yet, but at the very least it shows that Sony's considering the functionality to the point that it accidentally appeared on the live PlayStation Store.
Well, but do we think maybe it'll be working in a day or so? Like how long? How long are we talking?
2 hours.
2 hours from now it's gonna be
Yes.
up? All right, everyone, you heard it. The options we've seen available are 1, 7, and 30-day rentals. Digital rentals totally make sense given how the PlayStation Network works. Sony has already toyed with gameplay time sessions, so like you could play for like an hour, I think.
Exactly, something like that. So typically you download a full game that works as a demo until you also download a very small unlock key to get the whole game. It'd be simple to give someone a time session that runs out after a given amount of time or a couple days or whatever, when the game would revert back to a demo.
On top of that, Sony has been surprisingly progressive when it comes to digital distribution.
Correct.
PlayStation Plus has been giving out free games for, what, 2 years now?
I got
Like,
Outlast,
almost 2 years?
Resogun, and 10 other games I don't play.
Yeah. They're the first ones for day one digital as well.
Yes, remember the PSP Go?
No, was that something?
It was a PSP that was all digital and no one bought it. Yeah, because the PSP sucked. I'll say it. So digital rentals are great because it's just another way for platform holders and publishers to keep making more money by cutting out the middleman altogether.
Take that, Blockbuster!
Or Redbox.
Or Gamefly. Well, actually, I really like Gamefly. But take that, Gamefly!
So the question is here, will this make people more willing to buy and play shorter single-player games? And does this mean that demos are pretty much on the way out?
I think so, because if you can just pay $1 to rent something for an entire day and you can play the whole game, why would they release a demo?
Right, it's more incentive for a publisher to put out a demo because they can actually make a little bit of money as opposed to nothing. Whereas previously, you have to pay Microsoft and Sony something like $50,000 just to upload a file to the network, which is no longer the case.
That's why I'm in debt, because I wanted to upload that file.
It's just like a PDF.
Yeah, it's just me. It's me being me. Here's another question. Does this mean that demos are completely gone?
Right, that's kind of the question we asked earlier. So imagine this, you're watching a stream of some kind of game, there's a button right there, and it says, rent this game for $1. Would you press that button?
Yes. I just press buttons. It's just kind of my thing, buttons.
Right.
The PS4 could even track that you've watched this particular game for a few hours and start downloading it for you, giving you instant access if you decide to rent it.
Right, or they could be using the Gaikai service, which they bought previously, to basically give you a quick, shorter, not as as pretty of a demo, but a way to play the game early and then start downloading the full thing without eating up all your bandwidth. So overall, are you guys excited about having digital rentals on your PlayStation? Is this a cool thing? Are you into it? Or is it just something you're gonna skip entirely?
I think this is where we're gonna go eventually, so you better like it and get used to it.
Yeah, you guys hate when we say that, but they want to lock it down. They don't want you doing used games. No one likes it. No
Turns
matter
out
what
they
they
like
say.
making money.
Money is good.
Believe it or not.
See, the difference is Microsoft they said it and Sony didn't.
But
That's all it was.
Microsoft is bad and Sony's good.
They're all bad
You're
and
right.
good.
Oh, okay.
They like money and they make video games, Joel.
Bring back the Dreamcast!
Bring back the Dreamcast! Bring back... I thought we were chanting.
No, we're not. Moving on to trailer today. First up, we got the Infinite Crisis. What do you fight for?
Chaos. What was the other one? Hope.
Mayhem.
And then the Joker.
Justice.
Oh, Justice.
They should have just done Aquaman and said fish.
Yeah. Not even the environment, just fish. He's like, fuck the coral reefs. Our second trailer today is Street Fighter Assassin's Fist teaser. That's the Machinima series. There's punching and kicking. I think someone's hand might be on fire. Don't give it all away, but I think so. And so, yeah.
Then he gets assassinated with that fist.
Goodbye.
Ciao!
Cammy's an assassin.
Who?
Cammy in it.
Has Lawrence said anything this whole
Is
episode?
Scorpion in this one?
I think we asked him something in the beginning.
Why?
I don't know. And before we get out of here, I want to just mention one of our big fans, Chunky2336, one of the biggest fans ever of the show. It's his birthday, so...
Oh, the birthday.
Yeah.
Chunky, Chunky, it's your
Birthday
birthday.
time.
It's your birthday, 2336. Chunky birthday. Six.
Happy 46th birthday. Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside Editing for Monday. Hello, hi. Once again, Bruce is out on vacation. How you doing, Bruce?
Oh, it's an earthquake! No, I'm just kidding. I'm in Kansas.
I don't get that joke.
Yeah, I didn't get that joke.
And your first start for today, we are talking about games.
Oh, good.
Surprise. So right now, we are starting to get out of the slump months of 2014, and the good games are finally starting to trickle in.
Yeah, today we're going to talk through the second stringers, I guess you could say, of the year. These aren't your Destinies, your Call of Duties, your Halos, or your Shenmues. These are the games that aren't afraid to fight for your dollar early.
Right, so without further ado, here are the top 5 games that we are looking forward to in the next 30 days.
Number 1, in no particular order, Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes.
Right, we're guessing this is going to get a Metacritic score of, Rob Smith?
82.
That's fine.
That's kind of arbitrary.
We don't need to justify these numbers, just like Metacritic doesn't need to justify their scoring system.
But we will talk through the pros and cons of these games as we see them.
Tell me some good stuff, James.
Well, this is the next generation of Metal Gear Solid. It looks really, really good. It looks amazing. It's an early preview of Phantom Pain, which kind of ties into the cons of this.
Right. I mean, keep in mind, this is the first Metal Gear Solid game in 6 years, but apparently this entire game can be completed in 20 minutes.
That's when you come in to the gate of the base and you go, nah, and you just turn around and you walk away. And they go,
Metal
mission
Gear, man.
complete.
It's deep. Also, this isn't the first time we've paid $30 to $40 for a Metal Gear demo. Next up, we are talking about Infamous Second Son.
Metacritic, what are we thinking? Like an 86?
Yeah.
Almost 90? Another arbitrary number? given out
85
there?
if someone who doesn't like Troy Baker.
Oh, okay. Well, that's actually one of our pros. Of
course.
Troy Baker. He's really beautiful.
Yeah.
He's a beautiful man. They could have put more of him in this game, I think.
The game also itself is very, very beautiful. People are already leaking out screenshots with the share button on their PS4, and it's looking great. And I am also a huge fan of Infamous 1 and 2, so take that.
Let me step in real quick and give a couple cons. First, that denim vest. I know it's Seattle, but like it's not Seattle 1993, right? Also, this is a personal one. This is the whole Infamous franchise. I can't stand the way they shoot the beams. He just stands like this and he just pew, pew, pew. Like, can't they do something cooler? Can they do something
Can
cooler?
you do something cooler?
Yeah, I go like this. Like you shoot it like this or something, and neon's shooting out of my fingertips.
You watch too much anime. And Lawrence, you've been playing the game. Do our pros and cons match up with what you've been seeing?
Absolutely.
So you're saying he is wearing a denim vest?
Yes.
Confirmed.
Most hideous, worst thing in the world.
Next up, we got Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls. This is the expansion to 2012 Diablo 3.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're gonna go ahead and toss out an arbitrary Metacritic score of 78
Right.
for this one.
Why is 78, Rob Smith?
Because it's a nice number.
Okay. Thank you, Metacritic spokesperson.
First on to our pros about it. You get to click a bunch.
Sure.
So if you're ever sitting at your desk and you're like, I wish I could click something. Like now you can play this game and you can feel awesome about it. Also, the auction house is gone.
Thank God.
Woo! We did it!
All right. Well, let's move over to the bad stuff, though. We're all kind of bored of Diablo 3, I think, at this point. Woo! We want it to be fun, but we're just plagued with PTSD Error 37 numbers flashing in our sleep.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna go down. Online only. It's the future. And it sucks. Speaking of the horrible future, next up we get the Elder Scrolls Online.
The Metacritic scores for this one are a little bit more complicated.
Of course.
Before the actual, before it comes out, 69.
Of course.
Could be improved upon,
Right.
right? But still a strong effort. But then once people start playing it and the servers go down and it crashes and you can't access it, we're dropping it to a 26.
Right, but then they're gonna fix those servers, they're gonna go back up, they're gonna change the score to 83, but by that point no one's gonna be playing anymore.
Nope.
That sucks. So let's go over the pros. Right now, it's basically Skyrim with Skyrim. It's an MMO on consoles, and that's good for people who want that.
Yeah, I guess if you want that. Unfortunately, that also means that you're gonna have to pay monthly fees.
Yeah.
There's gonna be lots of content that's locked out if you're a non-collector's edition poor person, which
plus-
actually means regular person.
Yeah, Bethesda sees you as a peasant. Get out of here. No Imperial soldier for you.
Yes.
And the core of the game actually, in my opinion, defeats the entire purpose of what I like about the Elder Scrolls. I like the offline RPG aspect that I can play when I want to, and it's a big immersive world where other people aren't coming in and screwing up my time. But that's just my opinion.
Well, we were saying earlier, it's kind of hard to feel like a hero when you're like, I'm the hero, and then another guy walks by who's significantly higher with better weapons. You're like, no, he's the hero.
Yeah, he's a hero. No, that guy's a hero. He's a hero.
I want to be the hero.
Yeah, you're not the hero.
You're a bard!
Moving over to our final game on the list, we got Daylight. This one we think is going to get a nice rounded 80.
Yeah, again, arbitrary numbers.
Yeah.
If anything, we've proven that Metacritic makes no sense.
Rob, how much do you love Metacritic? Given a rating of 1 to 100.
Out of 5, out of 100, whatever you want.
All right.
Can we change our score whenever we want?
Of course.
Yeah. Let's go over the pros of this game. First of all, you're gonna be able to stream this one and scream at your webcam.
All right.
Which basically means more money for guys like PewDiePie.
It's like an ATM.
Pretty much. This puts him one step closer to funding his colony on the moon, where he can leave us all alone forever.
It's also the first game to use Unreal 4 engine. It's got randomly generated levels, right? Which means you could have a lot of good replay value.
Possibly, maybe. Moving to the cons, though, all the people streaming and screaming at their webcams at all times. Do we really need another one of these games?
I don't know.
Hopefully this is the last one.
Also, no one holds their cell phone like this. And you can't get reception in there? It's 2014. You can get reception on a cell phone.
I believe that would defeat the purpose of the whole game. It'd be like Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes, where he just walks through the gate and leaves.
Maybe.
So the game opens up where she picks up herself and goes, Dad, pick me up. He goes, I'm on my way.
I'll be right out.
Do you want anything from the Cinnabon?
And then you just sit in one corner and you're just like on Facebook.
Yeah, just
So
play
hold on.
Candy Crush. So anyway, that's it for the list of the 5 games we're looking forward to in the next 30 days. If we miss anything, you're probably wrong.
Yeah, we definitely got all of them. We said, yeah, we got all of them.
I personally want Ninja Gaiden Z Yaiba.
On to your trailers! We have the Gauntlet announcement trailer. Now this is a Phil's pick. Woo! Tell us why, Phil.
It's a reboot of the original.
That doesn't make it better. Next up, we have the Ultra Street Fighter 4 Decapari.
Oh, that's the new character.
Yeah.
Is that the new character?
Yeah. It's
I
a
wish
female.
I watched the trailer.
And apparently she looks like Cammy, but she doesn't play like.
And at some point she does like this, like, what's up? Like move. Does she do that?
That's racist.
What's up?
Racist!
Gollum wasn't a hobbit?
No, not really.
I thought he was a hobbit, but he ate too much fish, so he got all gaunt.
No, he was a store of the Marish, I believe. There were 3 different types of hobbits.
Well, the opening's great because it's like, yeah, we're best friends. And he's
And
like,
then
I
he
found a
shoots-
ring. He's like, give me the fucking ring! I'll kill you! I'll kill you!
Stu, one of the 3 early Hobbit types.
Oh, suck it, bitch! He was a store of the Marish. Suck my
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Second Minute for Tuesday. Hello.
Hey!
Yeah!
There's nothing special about Tuesday.
Once again, Bruce is out on vacation. How you doing, buddy? I don't get it. So your first story for today is a bunch of stuff because GDC is happening right now this week, and along with it, pretty much no news.
So let's TLDR this whole day with some quick news story with little to no info.
Fair! So for your first news story, in February, the Xbox One almost caught up with PS4 sales.
Ooh, so close.
Right, though the PS4 almost doubled the Xbox One sales in January 2014, the Xbox One narrowed that lead significantly in February. While still behind, the NPD group reports that the Xbox One sold over 90% of what the PS4 sold.
What's interesting is this lift hit before Titanfall, which also caused its own sales to boost.
Right, which leads us to our next part of the story. Titanfall almost doubles Xbox One sales in the UK.
Those gun robots caused Xbox One sales to nearly double week over week in the UK.
Turns out, in order to sell consoles in places, you need video games.
Yeah, I guess so.
This is according to Track, which, like the NPD group, doesn't track digital sales. Why is that, Lawrence?
I don't know, it's too hard.
On to your next story. It's not even really a story, just kind of a thing. Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes has been beaten in 10 minutes, as shown by Eurogamer.
Right, and Lawrence swears that he can do it in 4 because he's an achievement whore. Is that correct, Lawrence?
Yeah, but I don't care about Ground Zeroes. They disabled the platinum trophy, so who cares?
Rob, is Metal Gear Solid the greatest franchise of all time?
It is right up there. One of the best.
Your third story for today, we get the CD Projekt info that they are working on a mobile game.
It could be anything.
Nah, probably not. It's a separate team that has been working on it for about a year already, and it has not been officially announced as of yet, though.
It might be a tie-in with Witcher 3 or Cyberpunk or Angry Punks, Candy Witch. But moving on to things that actually do exist,
Yay!
SimCity is going offline today. Wait.
Yay!
It's a feature now to take games that were online offline so you can play them.
And for your final news story, Lawrence, why don't you take this one?
Well, Neversoft is hiring for a AAA FPS. We don't know what it is.
Yes, you do. It's Call of Duty.
Maybe. I mean, not really. They said Sledgehammer was going to be the third dev on Call of Duty.
Right, and who will be the fourth?
There isn't a fourth yet.
Ha ha ha. So for those who don't know, Neversoft is the studio that used to make Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, and then they worked on Guitar Hero.
They're so edgy. They made the extinction mode for COD Ghosts, but it sounds like they're hiring up for a new FPS, and that's it for your headlines. Google, what time is it?
Anyways, Tuesday's movie to game release of the week brought to you by Bro.
Dean!
You know, there's been a disturbing trend in video games lately. It's like guns can't be guns no mo. Look at this guy. You gonna fire that thing or what? Nope, I'll just pretend my hands are bullets. Yeah, and why is there a fucking pee-pee all over the place? Also, this is back because you wanted it. Also, this one too, and this part's not even in it, but shut you. Shut you. Yep, again, another one. No guns. I can just make energy sauces come out of me. And it's fine that it's like that. I don't know anything about adventures, but I do know how to not be good. Was that it, or did you just make your game around that, or what? Also, Metal Gear, who cares? Just gonna be like Star Wars Episode 1, bunch of Jedi die. And then what? A Borderlands? I can't read that. Yay, but Ninja Gardens. That's pretty dumb, but I gotta say, considering, it's not so bad. So I hope you win, Garden Janitor. You're an alright guy. Fuck these other games.
Moving to the trailer today, first up we get the Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes launch trailer.
No, that's not the trailer. This is the trailer for Lost Boys.
What?
This is the trailer for Lost Boys.
No one gets the Kiefer
vampire
Sutherland joke.
movie.
Oh, this is lost on everybody.
Your next trailer, Yaiba, Ninja Gaiden Z launch trailer.
Yeah, we wanted this game to be good, but early word is,
So all this cool stuff that you're seeing on screen, it sucks.
Oh, man.
It's all terrible.
I'm still gonna play it.
Yeah, I want to play it.
You should be into this, Phil.
I want to play it.
Which one was your pick of the day?
I'll have to go with Yaiba.
Lost Boys.
Woo! Lawrence, you on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Paul, the buttercream.
A fishy. Oh. I wonder where that fish did go. You know that?
He's not a fan. He's not a fan.
Of what?
Look it up.
Look it up. 5.
I was doing
4.
spot.
3. I know what you were doing. I know what he was doing. I'm the pop culture nexus.
More like books that were written in Latin, which is a dead language.
5. Go.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the second minute for Wednesday. Hello, hi. Bruce, how are you enjoying your hump day?
Yeah, you can't see it. It's first person hump. I look down anyways. First person. First person.
I don't get it. Your first news story for today is Assassin's Creed 5 going to be set in the French Revolution?
Probably.
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, some deep throat sent Kotaku several leaked screenshots for the next Assassin's Creed, which apparently is titled Assassin's Creed Unity.
Interesting. They dropped the number, which they have done before with Brotherhood and Revelations, but that followed the same character as Assassin's Creed 2. Ezio, this appears to be an all-new character.
The screenshots also reveal the location, France!
I like France. In the screenshots, we see some notable locations like Notre Dame, the Seine.
Is that German?
Occupied France.
Oh, I got it. The Seine.
No.
That's Italian?
Dessalines is the name of Tucson.
I've never been outside the city.
Okie doke.
There are also other notable French landmarks, which can be picked out of these screenshots.
Time period, though, is a little bit more up in the air. Our best guess puts it somewhere around the 18th century.
Is that right, Joel?
Is it the French Revolution? The end of the 18th century.
The end of the 18th century.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there are multiple French revolutions.
Oh, dear
so which
God.
one's it going to be?
It's a video game.
The French Revolution would be the prime setting, dropping it somewhere between 1789 and 1799, according to Joel, the Almanac of Joel.
Right, but this isn't the only Assassin's Creed game coming out this year, right, Lawrence?
Well, so Unity is the game coming out for next-gen console, or this gen, whatever, Xbox One, PS4.
Yeah.
And they're not going to try to scale that back. The rumor says there's going to be a different game for Xbox 360 and PS3. Might be something like the Liberation thing we saw, where they release a different game for a different platform, and then later on, of course, they're going to spread it out.
What's that game going to be called?
Assassin's Creed Sandwich.
Ooh.
I'm into it.
Disguised as a sandwich, you have to infiltrate a supermarket.
So this pretty much lines up with previous rumors that have been bouncing around the internet. Someone posted a thread on NeoGAF 2 weeks ago claiming they sat next to someone on a plane who was close to the series. This is basically the equivalent of my dad works at Microsoft.
Yeah, we called that guy a liar, but at the time, it sounded like a bunch of rumors. That person, though, did say that the game's title was Assassin's Creed Unity.
You got it right, whatever. It's a shot in the dark, and he did well. So assuming those rumors are accurate, here's a little bit more of info on the game. So the main character's name will be Arno.
That's cool. He's going to be well respected in the community with a name like Arno Schwarzenegger. The game is set in Paris and England.
Interesting. It'll take place after the Ezio timeline. That's pretty, yeah, duh.
You'll also be able to build up and manage your own villa similar to Assassin's Creed 2 or the island naval thing from Assassin's Creed 4.
Does anyone care about that?
No.
Anybody?
I do. I do.
What are you going to do on your little island, Lawrence?
I like throwing money at a building and making it look a little better.
I wish you could, instead of building a workshop and other stuff, you could just make a brothel, and then a brothel, and then more brothels, and then there's brothels on brothels.
Joel, what would you name your brothel?
The Joel hole.
Moving trailers, we got the one and only the Snowdrop Engine GDC 2014 trailer. This is the engine that is running The Division.
Is this that movie that won an Academy Award, the Disney movie?
Yes.
The Let It Go one? That's the one with the snowman?
Don't sing it.
Sing it.
I can't sing it.
Here I am, I'm a queen. Here I am on the snow, I'm a queen.
So
I can die happy now.
Oh, there's a new,
Thing just falls apart. Yeah, new Drunk Souls art.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, you can't see my face on it.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
Which is funny because James is the most cartoony looking out of all of us, and the guy who draws us can't draw James. He's got big old cartoony eyes and like super cheekbones.
That's a really good Bruce though.
I can't believe you can't draw this.
Yeah. Hey everyone, welcome back to the second minute for Thursday. Hello, hi. Hey! And your first news story for today. Wait a minute, how's Bruce doing?
Greetings from the rainforest.
I don't get it.
I got that one. Moving on to your news story today, we are talking about some good old-fashioned VR wars.
Yeah, we did it.
We did
VR
nothing.
wars
Nope.
are back.
Nope.
Yeah.
This is all Sony versus Oculus. So, we got some spicy news coming in today. It looks like Sony and Oculus are the two big players that will compete to burn your cyber brain out when you punch into the TechNet cyberspace.
I like all those puns that you put in there, those cyberspace puns.
That was all Lawrence.
Sony officially unveiled their headset this week at GDC, codenamed Project Morpheus.
Right, if you slept through high school literature, Morpheus is that guy from The Matrix.
Yeah, he drove the Nebuchadnezzar. The prototype actually has pretty impressive specs: 1080p display, 90-degree field of view, and accelerometers and gyroscopes to detect the head position.
Right.
Lawrence, gyroscopes, good or bad?
I just made $50 by you saying that. Thank you.
Lawrence is under the impression that you only need gyroscopes in order to work with the headset. Is that true,
I need
Lawrence?
gyroscopes to be alive.
So why is everyone selling it with a camera?
That's the camera guys. They're shady. They're lobbying Congress to get cameras in every VR headset. I hate those.
Well, regardless, it's gonna work with the PlayStation camera and the PlayStation Move controls to further immerse you in the virtual world.
VR troopers. There are some other rumors bouncing around about Sony's headset as well. According to a very random person on Reddit who claims to have some leaked info, he says the following. It says The Last of Us, God of War, and Drive Club are already in development for the VR headset.
They also claim Sony is working on a lot of multiplayer games to fight the perception that VR is solitary and isolationist, even though it is.
It totally is. Unfortunately, the source also claims Sony headset won't be PC compatible for a while to drive sales on the PS4 platform, obviously.
if that makes sense. And lastly, Sony's headset is aiming for a launch in early 2015 for between $250 and $300. That's probably around the same time as
the Oculus Rift, who is also at GDC this week, talking about their all-new developer kit called DK2. So pre-orders are already available for the unit, which are around $350, and then the unit will ship in July.
The DK2 has a 1080p OLED, larger, clearer lens than the DK1, and position tracking with sub-millimeter accuracy. These are words that I don't know what they mean.
Does this mean good stuff to you, Lawrence?
Yeah, gyroscopes. You know how they track that position? You know how?
Cameras.
No! No!
Perhaps an even bigger deal than the increased resolution, the screens now have low persistence displays. That means there's no ghosting or fuzzing as the pixels display, which results in a more viewable, cleaner image.
Good, I like images I can view.
Obviously. Have you used the other Oculus?
I used it yesterday,
It's very blurry.
It really hurt my brain.
It's painful.
So whether you're on PC or console, it looks like you'll be able to finally live out your VR fantasies of the early 90s.
Yeah!
Unless you're on Xbox One.
Sweet burn!
Oh my god.
You got him.
This cat's got claws.
So that's all the info that we have on the all-new VR headsets coming out sometime next year, or you can developer kit now if you want, pretty much. But what do you guys think? Is VR really the future? Are you interested? Please let us know. Lawrence will mock your answer.
Gyroscopes.
The best thing about the VR wars is it means that now my virtual boy is going to be more valuable, right?
Absolutely not.
All the kids are SOBs.
Also, one final news story. Sony announced during GDC that the PS4 is getting an update in the near future that will have the option to turn off HDCP, which currently prohibits viewers like you and us to capture your gameplay and upload to YouTube, Twitch, or any other place using your own quality settings.
Included with the update is the ability to export your saved video clips to an external USB device and archive your past Twitch streams with resolution higher than 720p.
Right, overall, it is a big win for us and everyone watching, so thank you, Sony, very much for listening to the fans and helping out the community. It means a lot.
On to your trailers. First up, it's the Wolfenstein New Order on a Train to Berlin trailer. Have you ever wanted to have a conversation with an Aryan on a train?
God, no.
Phil?
Yes.
Well, you can do it now in this trailer.
It's gonna end poorly. Also included with the Wolfenstein The New Order, know your devs.
Have you ever wanted to know more about the developers of Wolfenstein The New Order? Well, now you can.
Are they Aryan? And lastly, we got the Unreal 4 GDC tech demo showing off lots of things like fire, flames,
buildings,
fiery flames,
large, broad shoulders. Actually, the shoulders are even broader now.
No, they've actually shrunk them down.
Really?
We've got the technology.
Not the Unreal I know.
They have necks now.
We got Space Cop. We'll talk about the French Revolution again.
Copyright strike.
We should have played the Space Jam theme to get us.
Y'all ready for this?
That's the Space Jam theme?
No, that isn't. But we should have played the Space Jam.
Jam.
Oh, play VR Troopers.
It's your chance. Do your dance at the Space Jam. It sounds a lot like Spaceballs. Because we're the Spaceballs.
We are VR Troopers.
3.
Teens.
Oh, I said 3. I meant teens.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside Game Daily for Friday. Hi.
Yes!
Yes! Bruce? I don't get it.
I didn't get that one.
Your first and start for today, Far Cry 4 has got some rumors coming out today, coming from Eurogamer themselves.
All right.
Yeah, they somehow got a hold of some Far Cry 4 details, and it's pretty out there.
According to their sources, the game will be set in the Himalayan mountains, which is sort of different than the wilderness that the series usually takes place in. It's like normally tropical, deserty. I guess it's the only thing left.
I think there's a tundra we haven't quite hit yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. There aren't too many details, though, about the game, but apparently you will be able to ride an elephant. Is this exciting for you, Lawrence?
Absolutely.
Lawrence, what's your favorite thing about riding elephants?
I like that they shit all the time.
You can pack so much in their trunks.
That's a good one, Joel.
You're fired.
We won't have to wait too long to see more details, though. Apparently, the game will be officially revealed at E3 2014.
Of course, and it is currently targeting an early 2015 release date, and right now, it's only going to be for Xbox One, PS4, and PC, meaning it's current gen only, not doing the past gen stuff. Is that a good decision, Lawrence?
I think so. I think it'll help Ubisoft get their franchises to stand out. If EA and Activision are playing the same game, releasing the same game on next gen and past gen consoles, people are going to be able to tell the difference, but Ubisoft's getting on that train and getting on it early. I think it's going to pay off for them.
I gotta be honest with you, Lawrence. This morning when I heard this rumor, I threw out my Xbox 360.
Garbage.
Similar to Assassin's Creed, it looks like Ubisoft is moving the franchise toward the current hardware right away.
Exactly, yeah. So notorious internet tipster Super Nation called this over a month ago, oddly enough. According to his info, the game will also include monsters, which might harken back to the original Far Cry that almost nobody remembers.
Also, the amazing Far Cry movie, starring Till Schweiger, as directed by Uwe Boll.
Let's watch the trailer. So that is it for everything that we know right now about Far Cry 4. Of course, they're going to make another one. Far Cry 3 was pretty popular, and this is going to happen. Unfortunately, no word on Blood Dragon right now. That's something that we definitely want to see. But what do you guys think? Do you want some more of the techno future stuff? Or do you want to go to the Himalayas? Ride an elephant that shits all the time.
No one wants that.
I want that.
What would you name the elephant, Lawrence?
Shitsy.
On to our trailers. Assassin's Creed Unity, which we talked about yesterday, finally released their sneak peek this morning.
Guess what, Joel?
What?
It's in France.
You were
When?
right. You were right.
Whenever they use the guillotine.
Can we talk about how Assassin's Creed franchise has made their male leads more appealing to women over the time?
This is only funny to us.
He's French, so no one's going to find him attractive.
Except for women.
Yeah, except for women.
Women love French guys.
It's like what they tried to do with Raiden and they couldn't do right.
We had a French exchange student when I was in high school and learning about existentialism, and every time he said existentialism, all the girls, they were literally sighed like cartoon characters.
Just like their water broke.
Pete, did you run out of footage yet?
Before we get out of here, we do want to say a very happy birthday to Slenderman327, a big fan over at the Inside Gaming channel and the blog and everything else. You're rock.
We love you, Slenderman327.
Leaves a lot of comments.
As opposed to just...
We're friends.
Here, you have to do it every in between beats.
That's how I do it.
That's there. Joel's got it.
Yep.
Oh, maybe Joel.
Yeah, maybe Joel. The rhythm would be off.
Come on, James.
It's like pistons.
Yeah.
In a car.
Also, you have a good squat. That's true. Get in there.
I can get in there deep.
Till Schweiger!
As directed by
Uwe Boll! Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside Gaming for Monday. Monday! All right. Once again, Bruce is out on vacation, so let's check in on him. How you doing, Bruce?
Kansas.
I don't get it.
That was weird.
So your first start for today, Infamous Second Son is killing Titanfall in the console sales department.
Well, that's in the UK.
Those are real people, and we still talk about them.
Barely, but yeah.
Come on!
MCV UK reports that according to a trusted retail source, PlayStation 4 sales of the console have jumped by 106% thanks to the release of the game Infamous Second Son in the UK.
Not bad. That's ever so slightly larger than the 96% retail boost that the Xbox One got from Titanfall in the week of its release, also in the UK.
Right, so that means Infamous is selling more consoles, the PS4, than Titanfall is selling for the Xbox One.
Right, so to be fair, those gains are fairly close.
Right.
But Titanfall was supposed to be the big turnaround for the Xbox One.
Oh boy, so it helps, sure, but Infamous already beat it when it comes to boosting system sales. Lawrence, that Infamous has only been out for a few days, right?
Yeah, it has. It's strange that, we got that hit so quick, but yeah, it's just one weekend, really. That performance is pretty damn impressive. I didn't know Infamous was that big of a deal.
Neither did we.
Also, keep in mind that Titanfall is going to release for the Xbox 360 in just over 2 weeks, unless it gets delayed again, which will dilute the power of the moving of Xbox One's.
That makes sense, right? So if Titanfall didn't give the Xbox One the last and probably final edge it needed, what will?
Right, we've been thinking about that here internally, so games. Yeah. Obviously, video games. These are video game consoles.
True.
But what exclusives are even left for Microsoft at this point?
Oh man, there's so many good ones. Like, well, there's obviously Halo. Halo's coming up.
Sure.
Yeah, sure, but that's like in the holidays.
Right, when is that coming out? And when are we going to see gameplay?
It's gonna be,
How's the multiplayer going to be?
It doesn't
Are
matter.
they going back to Halo 3 in the glory days? Or are they still trying to chase Call of Duty's tail?
Lawrence, give us the other Xbox One exclusives.
Okay, sit down for this one. Connect Sports Rivals.
That's good.
D4.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Fantasia. Music Evolved.
I like that one.
Quantum Break.
What's that?
Sunset Overdrive.
Does anybody know what that is either?
The energy drink makes people go crazy.
No, remember that game Fuse and you interviewed those guys?
So we're gonna buy Xbox.
No.
So we're buying
No.
Xbox One, right, guys?
I already have one.
So the games are not going to be the big seller for the Xbox One coming up very soon.
Right. The huge factor right now, keep in mind, is just the cost of the console.
$100
That's the big thing in this whole war right now. It's a $100 difference between the two, and obviously the PS4 is the more powerful system.
True.
People are just going to what looks prettier and what's cheaper.
Yep. So obviously we need a connectless bundle. A $400 Xbox One would help the console gain some serious ground.
Right. There aren't really even any games at moment right now that the damn thing uses. Half the time, the little hand icon comes up, I'm like, is that because I scratched my armpit? Like, what is that?
So it's cool when I can get home and just scream, Xbox on! And it even works like 50% of the time, but it's really not worth the extra $100 right now.
Actually, when you screamed it, it didn't turn on the Xbox that's in here, so.
Xbox on.
Try again.
Xbox on.
It doesn't work half the time.
Fuck!
Oh no,
Well, it's because Adam renamed it Belinda.
You can't rename it. That would have been awesome. Because I would name it Belinda. Let's try again. Xbox on. Xbox on. Xbox on.
Hold on, I got it. Xbox, remain off.
They did it. That was good. Nice job. We did. Nice job. So Microsoft actually said they'll never do the Connectless bundle. You're crazy.
Right, and as always, we want to ask you guys, what does Microsoft have to do to win your little hearts back? Or have they pretty much, is it gone until Halo comes around?
I think it's gone. I think it's
You think?
totally, yeah.
You don't think Robot Man in Cloak's going to save the day?
Do you think Robot Man in Cloak's going to save the day?
No.
What about you?
No.
Don't be yawning!
He's yawning. On to your trailers, we got one, the Betrayer launch trailer.
Yeah. This is already out?
Yeah, it just came to Steam.
Lawrence, what is this?
It's a black and white game where you can ring some bells, and I played it on my show a long time ago.
Oh, a largest show, guys.
You have a show?
Did you see that Bro Team is gonna? Somebody offered him a job. I wrote back to him. It's
Canadian.
IGD was. That's it. That's the.
He should do it in his own style, though.
Fuck the news.
It would be the anti-news news show.
Yeah.
I'd pay for that.
So we're checking in with me.
Sure.
Me flushing the toilet.
All right.
Oh, if you really want to put in urine
Yeah,
in the
you
show.
bet I do.
God damn it.
Ready for this? You know it. Ba 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 ba.
Those hips are dangerous.
5,
They're gross.
4. Wait, what?
Everyone, welcome back to Inside Game Daily for Tuesday.
Oh, it's Tuesday! All right. Let's do this.
And today, first news story, are indie games dying?
Oh my gosh, there's so many stories about how they're dying and how they're coming back and how they're dying. So we'll first start with the Fable, and Black and White developer Peter Molyneux spoke to CVG at GDC, giving his thoughts on the current indie game explosion.
Right, he said, I quote, enjoy this time because inevitably it will only last a short period.
Uh-oh. According to Molyneux, the current indie craze is part of a cycle that rises and falls, sort of like the music industry or the movie industry, lots of other industries.
So the aforementioned cycle goes something like this.
Yeah.
An indie dev produces a breakout success,
Yeah.
something like Braid or Minecraft.
Those are huge.
Yeah. Investors see this crazy high margin of return and they want to get a piece of the action.
Right.
So what do after that, Lawrence?
They shove briefcases of money at developers who have no idea what they're doing.
Do they do that? Can I do that? I'm sort of a game developer.
Yeah, make it Braid.
I want to be Jonathan Braid.
So eventually the investors ask/demand that the next product be more similar to the games that have financially performed well in the past.
That makes no sense. So once a bunch of rich white guys are making creative decisions, the indie spark will eventually go away.
Right. However, big studios like Ubisoft Toronto are actually looking to expand their indie development. Managing director at Ubisoft, Jade Raymond, said, quote, they are smaller projects. One of them is only a 20-person team, which is not very small, but no. So don't expect that out of Ubisoft Toronto and the 5 projects that you'll see 5 new Assassin's Creed.
Jade Raymond went on to say that since Ubisoft has their big franchises that will grow at a steady pace and are still doing well, they are able to experiment with smaller stuff.
Right. So even though Ubisoft claims to be going more indie, Double Fine is actually going more mainstream.
Right, kind of odd. They've done the opposite. Yeah. So they've actually published their first game, a Scapegoat 2, which hit Steam just today.
But didn't they say recently that they didn't have enough money to finish Broken Age? They made like $3.5 billion on the Kickstarter.
Where do they blow all the money, Lawrence?
Cocaine.
So it does sound like Double Fine's goals are noble, though. Quote, that's the alternative we want to offer, a way for indies to stay indie. Double Fine Chief Operating Officer Justin Bailey said.
So of course, if Double Fine gets a decently performing, stable, or published bunch of games coming out, they may not have to resort to crowdfunding to develop their games anymore.
Right, so I guess in conclusion, Lawrence actually thinks that indies will take over the future like DayZ and Rust, but I think more Peter Molyneux is correct. I think it's more of a cycle. Lawrence, why don't you defend yourself, please?
Well, I think the current indie craze is born off technology. Once we have the digital marketplaces for 3 guys in a basement to release their game and make money, there's no reason that that'll go away. There will always be 3 guys in a basement that have a good idea and make a good product and people will buy it. There's no reason to think that's going to stop.
Okay.
Psychonauts 2!
So that does it for the story about indie games, whether they're dead or not. What do you guys think? Is that a true statement? Are indie games even a thing? I don't know how to define them.
I'm not sure either.
Ubisoft thinks 20 people constitutes indie.
That's not true at all.
Whereas Minecraft makes more money than the entire state of Sri Lanka.
Woo! It's a country, not a state.
Oh, you're right. I didn't go to high school.
On your game release with you, what?
This is not the best video game out this week, so who cares? Look, I'll save you all a lot of time. The girl is the one who went in the past and invested in the Harmony Foundation. Great, next one. Oh shit, Electro-Skellins. Okay, then this is possibly the second best video game coming out this week. Look at that shit, drinking tea on a castle. More importantly, shut up, this game is good. It's like Lawcraft, but instead of being a bad game, it's a good game. Oh yeah, sick, I'm sold on that. Yeah, me too. And how about this, another game that lets you go. And look at all the ways you can do it, cool. Now behold the powers of a fully unlocked Christian. Oh, you can't see it, but it says Epiphany, Avalanche, and then the Piranhas. Yeah, maybe this crappy expansion will be your cross to bear. Also a thing where more comic books fight at each other. Oh shit, Nintendos! Dude, yeah, these make me feel like I'm not 39 anymore. Plus it's a great way to meet babes because of its video game. And then there's a thing where a guy keeps stepping in traps and then another trap hits him. Just looks really good. And finally, a cartoon-ass game that looks really stupid.
Moving to trailers today. First up, we got the Bioshock Infinite, the Burial Share Episode 2.
You play as Elizabeth!
You should spoil. Hey,
it's not a spoiler, it's in the trailer.
I know.
And there's Andrew Ryan!
Someone will get mad. Don't say that.
That's in the trailer!
I know. Don't even say that they're in Rapture.
Fuck! On your final trailer, you got the Trials Fusion FMX Tricks trailers. What does that stand for?
For my extreme.
What does it stand for?
Shut up!
Joel?
Fuck my xylophone!
Yeah, that's what it stands for. Woo! Trials.
Beep, 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 beep.
Nobody can see what you're doing.
Beep,
Okay, alright, well.
beep, 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 beep. Psychonauts 2 theme.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, hold on. I know the Psychonauts 2 theme. Hold on, wait, here it comes.
No.
I see what you're doing.
Exactly.
When is Paul Ryan gonna be in a video game?
I'm sorry, who?
You mean the presidential candidate?
Vice presidential candidate.
Who's the guy from all the Tom Clancy novels? Jack Ryan. That's who.
Why'd you point to me and say that?
I know.
When's Ryan Wyatt gonna be in a new video
That's
game?
Fliz. Stop it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to this again, Neil for Wednesday.
I think I broke it.
I feel sorry for who's ever wearing that on the other end.
Lawrence?
What?
Your first story for today, Facebook just bought the hell out of Oculus Rift.
What the hell is going on? Facebook announced yesterday that they've acquired Oculus VR for $2 billion. That's $400 million in cash and the rest in stock options, with another $300 million in performance-based incentives.
Chump change.
I know, right? That's ridiculous.
So here's a quote from Facebook Chairman and Chief Executive Mark Zuckerberg. Immersive gaming will be the first experience, and Oculus already has big plans here that won't be changing, and we hope to accelerate. But this is really a new communication platform. By feeling truly present, you can share unbounded spaces and experiences with the people in your life, like your mother. Imagine sharing not just moments with your friends online, but entire experiences and adventures.
Right, and here's a statement from 21-year-old Oculus VR creator Palmer Luckey. He said, "What's best for the future of virtual reality? Partnering with Mark and the Facebook team is a unique and powerful opportunity. The partnership accelerates our vision, allows us to execute on some of our most creative ideas, and take risks that were otherwise impossible. Most importantly, it means a better Oculus Rift with fewer compromises, even faster than we anticipated."
Lawrence, why would Facebook do this from their side?
Well, there's the obvious thing they said where they want to create powerful online VR experiences, but personally I think they're just trying to buy their way back into a young demographic. Kids aren't using Facebook anymore. They've gone on to Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook wants that demo back. They want that marketability. So video games is the way to do it, and cutting edge tech is the way to do it. Your early adopters are always skew younger, so it just makes sense from that perspective.
So what about Oculus' side of it?
Right, well, they're a startup and they're a tech company. So who wouldn't want to be on Facebook's bankroll?
Yeah, that's true.
I hate saying Facebook's.
Facebook's.
Whatever, you're on Jesse Eisenberg's payroll, that's fine. Remember, the Oculus is a risky new product.
Yeah, it really is.
It was hard to get off the ground, but there's a lot of buzz behind it.
Right.
And so it's very positive. And holy shit, though, the internet got very, very mad.
It just blew up. So according to all the hardworking, investment-minded users of 4chan and Reddit, all games are over for now and ever. That's it. Video games are gone. We did it. We
That
killed
is
them.
probably hyperbole, but that's usually what happens when big news happens like that. Yesterday, even Notch himself, the creator of Minecraft, got mad and canceled Minecraft for the Oculus Rift, similar to how Gabe Newell canceled Steam for Windows 8. Wait, that never happened.
Yeah, he didn't do that.
That's actually reactionary. That's not what you do as a businessman. All right, real quick opinion piece. So everyone is entitled to your very own opinion and choice, but depriving your user base of some of the coolest tech out there might be a bit overboard. So you're a big name in the community, Mr. Persons, but maybe something a bit more proactive like influencing change over at Facebook rather than living in perpetual fear of a giant out there is probably the better course of action. Yes, you did pay $10,000 of your own multi-million-dollar fortune to support Oculus, and you are very clearly mad about that, but maybe you can do more with your wisdom instead of your wallet. We love you.
Nice job. Nice job.
The more you know.
So even serious Wall Street investors may not be too happy about this deal, as Facebook's stock dropped over 6% at the time of this taping in opening trading. So that's the day after the deal. Facebook stock is kind of dropping, which is very surprising, actually.
Right, and for more reactions out there right now, you can go tune into ETC today, where they're being way funnier than we will ever be.
Be funny, Kale. Go.
All right.
Go.
All right. Hey, look, there's a boob.
So here's the optimistic side of the internet no one wants to hear, but it's right here. If you want the Oculus Rift to be a good product, this actually can be a very, very good thing. They've got so much more money now.
Right, so without the additional funding, the launch of the Oculus probably would have been pretty rough, as most startups have to go through. Right, Lawrence?
Yeah, it costs money to get parts from overseas and cram them together into a headset, get it in stores, and get marketing out there. There's just no way they would have been smoothly able to afford all that.
They announced just recently that they were having trouble keeping up with the products that they needed to develop the current model, right?
They did. They ran out of parts, actually. Plus, there's social VR. It doesn't necessarily mean the death of any kind of gaming component. I mean,
so are we still going to get all that badass virtual reality games that would have come out before? Is that still going to happen?
Yes.
You think?
Yes, we hope so.
Okay.
And hopefully this investment should accelerate that process. If I were Valve, I would take Oculus even more seriously now that they have $2 billion at Facebook money.
Right, Half-Life 3 has just been confirmed for the Oculus Rift.
We
Thank
did
you
it.
for watching.
We did it. All right, we're done. Show's done.
Okay.
Turn the camera off.
Oh wait, doom and gloom. Oh yeah, so on the flip side, Facebook doesn't exactly have the best track record with public trust, and they could shut down all VR development as we know it.
No!
And this could be all the worst thing.
Don't say that. So if we've learned anything from the social network, it's that Michael Cera will eventually do the right thing.
Please, Michael.
Is that the wrestler?
So anyway, that's the story. Facebook bought Oculus, and it could be the best thing in the world or possibly the worst thing to ever happen. We don't know yet. That's the point. We're waiting for more news to come out, and hopefully all this means is good and not bad.
We are being positive.
Seriously, the
Optimistic.
Oculus Rift is the future of gaming. Once you try it, I think it's amazing. But what do you think?
What do you guys think?
What do you guys think?
Doesn't matter. Facebook will just buy your opinion.
They hate it. All right, on to your trailers. We got Tropico 5 cinematic teaser trailer.
Trailer is like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Why did you include this in the show?
You want trailers?
The next trailer is
Fuck, her hair fell off.
Her hair fell. Oh!
Keep going!
Hatsune Miku Project Diva F2nd.
I bought this toy for Lawrence.
That's just a bunch of garbage. What is this?
It's a piece of shit. That's what it
She's a fake pop star in Japan. She's all CG. She's made up. How do you not know this?
Jameson, kissing me. Oh, you're my husband now. Hey, is this Hatsune Miku that toy thing I got you?
Sure is.
I'm gonna go grab her.
The next trailer. Oh, you're getting this.
Her hair falls off. Be careful.
The next trailer is
Fuck, her hair fell off.
Her hair fell. I think I broke it.
Bruce just humped the eyes out of your Oculus Rift.
Sorry.
Is there an Oculus Rift game where you just see Bruce's crotch coming at you over? I think you just recorded it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside Game Daily for Thursday.
Oh, it's Thursday! Everybody's doing weird shit behind the camera.
What did you knock over, Phil?
This shooter.
Oh, come on!
So your first start for today, there are some new Arkham Knight screenshots that came out.
Oh, they're badass.
So let's talk about it. So today, Warner Brothers released some all-new screenshots from Rocksteady's upcoming game, The Arkham Knight. And as self-proclaimed Bat fans, we thought, hey, let's share them with y'all.
Here's the first one. It's Batman!
Yeah.
Looking at Oracle, Batgirl, Barbara Gordon, you know, it's on his wrist. I thought it was a billboard.
She got shot in the back by the Joker.
And she's handicapped. Here's the next one, Batmobile!
Right, it kind of looks like the Tumbler from the Nolan series, and it is fully drivable. Remember that, that was announced a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So you can summon it at any time. This is a car, not a dragon, Lawrence.
What?
Thanks for paying attention. In the city. And if you eject from it, it'll put you straight into gliding.
More ways to fly around the city. I love it.
You can also drive on the walls with this Batmobile.
Like the famed film, Batman Forever.
Like physics.
Remember that? You shot a hook, there's fire, and all the cars crashed, and you drove right up the building.
Is that what happened?
Show the clip. Next up, we got Batman and Gordon. So remember, in Batman Arkham Origins, it showed you the relationship of those two, and now they're friends.
This next one's not Batman.
No.
This is the Arkham Knight.
Yes.
Who's the new villain.
Looks badass.
So cool.
I was confused. I originally thought there was going to be some all-new armor that
Right,
Batman
so
would be
did I.
wearing, but no, this is an all-new villain. So next up, another screenshot. Not Batman.
Not at all.
And this time he's got a gun. So our theory, of course, it's the Red Hood.
All right, well, so let's tell the kids why you think it's the Red Hood, because Rocksteady actually confirmed that it wasn't the Red Hood.
Correct.
So you tell them your theory here.
So, they already said, yes, the Arkham Knight is not the Red Hood, but that does not mean that it is not Jason Todd. This is one of Batman's young lords who, after a bad batch of Lazarus Pit, went on a militaristic spree of sweet vigilante justice. Seriously, go watch the animated feature Under the Red Hood. It is awesome.
Right, so you think that that's not the Red Hood, it's Jason Todd in the Arkham Knight armor.
There is a 95% chance that that is Jason Todd, but it could also not be, and that could be a total red herring. Red, get it? Red.
Red, yeah, we get it. Lawrence, take option 2.
Well, it could also be Hush. That character was introduced and the storyline was started in Arkham Asylum. It kind of left open. So it would kind of fit if they concluded that Hush storyline in Arkham Knight.
Was it Arkham City or Arkham Asylum?
What did I say?
You said Asylum.
I was wrong.
I'll kill you!
You meant City, right? You meant City. All right. And here's the final option, and this is what I don't necessarily think this is true, but a lot of people are saying it. It could be the Joker.
Well, keep in mind, look, this is a comic book game. People
I don't
think. Okay, no spoilers. We don't want to give anything away.
We already know Troy Baker can do the voice from Arkham City, obviously, or from Arkham Origins, but I don't think that this will be the Joker in Arkham Knight armor with a gun. That doesn't make any sense to me.
For the Joker to be this combative makes little to no sense.
Yes.
But if you are throwing in the Red Hood storyline, the Joker could show up at some point.
Sure, but I don't think that's him in the Arkham Knight armor.
Probably not. But that's what we.
Here's the next one. Batman! Look at this package.
Right there.
Pretty sweet.
It's Batman. It's packing. So that's it for all the screenshots. We're
Yes.
super excited for this game coming out later this year on all the current gen platforms, which makes us very happy. But here's some of the other suits that we missed. Let's go through some of those.
Lawrence, what's the first one?
Evangelion Batman.
Kingdom Hearts Batman.
Oh, sweet. And then Iron Man Batman.
That's Zorro!
And then there's Drunk Fat Shirtless Man Batman.
Right, and then there's also Vince McMahon being revealed as the Red Hood.
And then finally, Lawrence, did you see this one? Batman and the Joker are friends.
I want to hug them.
They look like they share a bed at conventions due to budgetary constraints.
On your next story, we got Titanfall cheaters, and they're being banned to only play with other cheaters.
Right, it's like taking a bunch of jerks and putting them in a pen with other jerks.
Kind of cute. Respawn Entertainment is giving cheaters the exact treatment they deserve. The system they're using to detect aimbotters is called Fair Fight, and if you get popped, you'll actually get to keep playing, but with other cheaters.
Respawn want to say, I quote, you can play with other banned players and some, you know what, fuck it, let's not read the quote, we'll just show a picture of it. This entire event's being called the Wimbledon of aimbot contests.
That's cool. That black mark actually carries over to your friends too, so if you're branded a cheater and invite non-cheaters to your party, they'll all be considered cheaters until that leper cheater is removed.
Dear God. Yeah. So cheat if you want, kids, but you only have to deal with a bunch of a-holes just like yourselves.
Is there a way to get rid of the cheater leprosy?
You have to kill yourself.
Yep.
If you think you've been improperly targeted as a cheater, you can email support. But if you have actually cheated and you're banned, no, you're stuck.
You're stuck forever?
That's it.
Like you can't like go to.
You're a Titanfall cheater.
You can like
Forever?
register a new Origin account and buy the game again.
Yeah, you can buy the game again and do the Respawn Origin thing.
Sucks.
Hey, lesson learned. Don't cheat!
Yeah, don't cheat, you dick.
Yeah.
On to your trailers, I got Enemy Front World War II Tactics gameplay trailer. It's a Phil's. Why is this?
I see like World War II so much. Phil, what is it about World War II?
It's the big one.
That was the last one he fought in.
Aside from the secret cyber war that we're all fighting all the time.
Next up with you, Watch Dogs, welcome to Chicago. They have beautiful things here.
They do?
Mostly violence, people getting shot in the head in the streets. It's
And
awful.
deep dish pizza.
And deep dish pizza. Why is this a Phil's pick, Phil?
Because I'm from the area.
You can't have two Phil's picks in one show.
Correction, I can do whatever I want.
You missed it yesterday, Phil. We watched all the Lionel Hutz clips.
All Lionel Hutz clips.
Why didn't you come get me?
We've got hearsay and conjecture. Those are kinds of evidence.
The contents of that dumpster are protected by lawyer dumpster confidentiality.
Mr. Simpson, I don't use the word hero very often, but you are a hero.
Greatest American
Greatest
hero.
American hero.
Everyone, welcome back to this again for Friday. Your first subscriber today, Goat Simulator is out, and guess what? You're not gonna play it.
You're not gonna play it at all. So if you pre-order Goat Simulator today, it's $10. You can actually start playing right now. And for everyone else, it comes out April 1st on Steam. Right. That's not a joke.
It's not a joke. It will actually come out. To quote the developers, though, from Coffee Stain Studios, Goat Simulator is a small, broken, and stupid game. It was made in a couple of weeks, so don't expect a game in the size and scope of GTA with goats.
Right.
In fact, you're better off not expecting anything at all. Actually, to be completely honest, it would be best if you'd spend your $10 on a hula hoop, a pile of bricks, or maybe a real-life goat.
All right, so the question is Goat Simulator worth the $10 you paid for it? Will you actually play the thing? And actually, according to this next story, you won't.
And before we get there, I already purchased Goat Simulator, and guess what? It's better than sex.
You only played it for 3 minutes.
It's better than sex.
It's only longer than sex with Adam.
Exactly. Wait, is that a problem?
On to your next story, 22.2% of purchased Steam games are never played.
Right, this is according to an infographic published by Gamer.nl that's based in the Netherlands. It's a bunch of stats that were provided by Valve.
Right, to them. The average gamer on Steam does not play 22.2% of the games that they buy. The question is, why does that happen, Lawrence?
Well, for everybody that grew up, in the early 90s or maybe even slightly after that, we were all dumb, poor kids. We didn't have the money to buy games.
True.
We had to wait for birthdays or Christmases, so when we can buy a game for less than the cost of a cup of coffee, it lights up that crying kid in the back of our heads and we get by.
So, and actually right now that we've all entered the adult workforce and we're kind of just starting to do that, we realize that we do not have the free time to play every single game we bought.
Right, and we're talking about Steam, and that tends to skew a little bit older, so you're talking about people who do have disposable income.
Right.
And when you put Just Cause up there for $2.50, how can you not buy that?
I mean, you have to buy it, and you probably played it, for a few minutes?
The multiplayer's fun.
Yeah, see, and you bought Grid and never played that, right?
It was $2.
You just gave them $2 for a game that you would never play and you even knew you wouldn't play it.
Right, but I own it.
So is this a bad thing? Not necessarily, we don't think so. It's injecting more money into the gaming industry, which means more people can actually make games, feed their families, and lease Lamborghinis.
Yes, well, or shiny Ferraris.
Or, shiny Ferraris.
So here's some other humbling stats. Only 29.6% of all players actually finish the games they buy.
Okay.
So Dead Island has the highest backlog percentage. That's 44.1% of all purchasers have never played the original. And 51.8% of all buyers never played Riptide.
Oh, the sequel, that's right. So what are the most played games? The Banner Saga has a crazy 92.4%.
Right, and Remember Me, it's actually sitting at 90.9%.
Even yeah, that's pretty good actually.
Hey, good job.
Even more strangely, the third place game is Deadpool at 89.9%.
Yeah, crazy.
You played that, right?
I did actually beat it too.
That's right.
It's okay. There's a few funny parts, whatever. Ultimately, this means that Valve has mastered how to coax money from your wallet. So if you are poor, blame your own lack of impulse control, really, at the end of the day. But really, if it's on sale for $2, I'm gonna buy it.
Well, that's the thing. We were talking about this earlier. Valve and Gabe have created the very perfect business model. You're buying things you don't even use anymore. Like, it's insane. It's crazy.
Welcome to the future.
Lawrence.
What'd I miss?
In today's fast-paced world, you need an iPad.
And you also need an app that has videos.
And Machinima is providing that to you today.
But I think we already had an app. This is actually a better app.
It's been updated.
You can watch.
It's not an update, it's a new app.
It's a new app you have to download, but you can watch us on there.
I can't read the script because it's on the iPad that I'm holding.
Let's find it.
Cancel. Conan the Barbarian.
What is this?
We love video games. We love video
Adam was lip syncing.
I don't want to sing over that.
We love playing
All right.
video.
This will never stop.
Pause it!
Back on the sabotage.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the second for Monday.
Hey, it's Monday! All right, let's do this.
And your first installment today, you can get 100 free games today on the Pirate Bay.
I already knew that.
Right, but you can do this one legal.
What?
Yeah.
All right, so for the first time in your life, you can download hundreds of games off the Pirate Bay without getting 2 gigs of mislabeled pornography, much like Lawrence does all the time.
Lawrence, respond.
I'm busy looking at porn.
Internet hero Moshboy has put together 100 free HTML5 games in one torrent, and he contacted each developer and asked if he could include their game in the bundle, which means He did it legally.
That's awesome. Good for Moshboy. So we have to hand it to him on this one. It must have taken an assload of time to put this together and to package the whole thing up.
Right, we're not sure if he contacted the Pirate Bay and told them that he'd be distributing all these games. It's basically kind of a bundle through the site, but that would actually pretty much defeat the purpose of the Pirate Bay, and I'm sure they don't even care.
I don't think they care at all.
They're like Swedish nihilists. Awesome.
This touches on an internet issue that will only become more pronounced moving on from here, internet congestion.
What does that mean, Lawrence?
Well, with people watching a lot of streaming video, that consumes a lot of bandwidth, and if it's all coming from the same place, it's just like real-world traffic. The bits ram into each other, and it slows down the internet. If you distribute that traffic between peer-to-peer networks, it makes everything run a lot smoother.
Well, it's like Blizzard used to do that with their patches. They would do the peer-to-peer patches and things like that. So
Even Konami did it with Metal Gear Solid 4 with Metal Gear Online. There you go. So you never really actually think about it, but companies like EA, Netflix, and Valve cut massive checks to pay for all that bandwidth.
True.
And it's only a matter of time until they try and figure out new ways of keeping that money to themselves, which, like I said, they've already been experimenting with doing that.
Right now, actually, you're spending a lot of money watching this video on YouTube. YouTube cuts huge checks for all the data they're serving. So,
sorry, YouTube.
Sorry about that.
This is a big waste of bandwidth.
Regardless, thanks, Moshboy, for all your hard work.
Appreciate it. That's cool.
Giving us a vision of the future of game distribution. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Also pornography.
And pornography. Get the free games first, then the porn.
What kind of porn did you get, Lawrence?
I got 2 dogs and a midget.
Little person, you have to say little person.
Well, they have midget spray painted on their chest, so...
So we're actually starting a Thermal Take giveaway today. So we're giving away a Pro Gamer set. So we got 3 Saphira mice, 3 Chronos headsets, and 3 Challenger keyboards.
Yeah, so this is what you have to do. You have to draw or Photoshop us, Bruce and I, or the IG team, as pro gamers. That's MLG, Team Optic, Young Maestro, T-Squared, all that fun stuff that people click a lot of stuff or they hit their controllers and they yell into a microphone.
Joel, what do pro gamers look like?
I want to look like Fwiz.
James, what do you want to look like?
I want my hair to be short.
Ty, do you know what a pro gamer is?
No. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, go.
A little bit more energy, please.
I've counted you in 3 times already today.
I know, and it's hilarious.
Hey guys, welcome to Inside Gamer Monday!
Why does everybody do that?
I don't know. I did it like one time.
Yeah, I know. It's because of Rubes. Rubes he's the reason that we all did that.
I'll take it.
3, 2, go.
Get you. Hip, hip, hip.